Hi, welcome back to Balanced Fueling. Today I want to show you another version of our nest. I don't know if you saw the video on Decadent but Balanced, where we did kind of a breakfast nest with eggs and noodles and things. This is really similar, and it's a fun thing because going back to the reality that all fuel is protein, carbohydrates, and fat, that means that certain things aren't necessarily just outright bad. Pizza, for example, has been ruled bad. And there are some versions of pizza that aren't great, because if you just eat crust, cheese, and sauce, you're eating just fat and carbs. So that's not very balanced. Papa Murphy's, not to do a commercial for them, but they have an amazing opportunity for you to create a pizza that's relatively balanced. The crusts are awesome, and depending on how much you eat, you can balance the carbs, protein, and fat that you take in. Clearly, pizza has more fat than most of our balanced meals, but we're not going to eat this every day. So, last night, point of the story, is we ordered a really nice gourmet vegetarian, adding chicken and sausage to the pizza. So we have vegetables, we have protein, we have carbs, all of it mixed in there. We had the pizza, a couple pieces, now we have leftovers. Here comes the fun part. So now this morning we're going to make what I call a pizza nest, which is going to have our rice noodles. It's going to have the toppings from the pizza warmed up and put on there, and then two over easy eggs on top for our sauce. And this is incredible, and I'll tell you why. You can take the ingredients that's in a pizza, whether it's olives, onions, green peppers, pepperoni, whatever it is, and put it in the morning, fresh, and it will be good. Those ingredients will have a particular taste that are pleasant and good. But when you cook something together with sauce and cheese and everything, first of all, by cooking it, now a lot of the fat has gone into the crust, which we're not going to eat. I'm going to show you in a minute how to cut that off. So we're just going to take the toppings, warm it up, and use it again as a fresh component to our breakfast. Well, it is a component unto itself now because it's been baked and it's cooked together, so now it's become a different entity than it was originally. You would call that leftovers, but no, that's not really true. It's something else, and when you cook with it, you have this other opportunity to create something that's extremely delicious. And we can stay within the balanced parameters of what we're trying to do by fueling our body. All right, so let's jump in here. First of all, I've got the leftover pizza you can see here. This is loaded with ingredients. This had vegetables and chicken, sausage, whatever. Let's grab the pan. I'm also going to coat the pan with a little bit of olive oil. And we're going to use the eggs in a minute in this pan. I'm also going to preheat the oven at this point. I'm going to put it on bake, turn it on, and when it gets to about 200, I'm going to turn it off and put the bagels in there. Now we're using bagels as our carbs because we're about to take the carbohydrates out of the equation here. So what we're doing here is taking the toppings off. And again, the beauty of this is the toppings have now taken on a life of their own because they've been cooked together. There's sauce, cheese, onions, all the things that are in there have a particular flavor. Hang on here, we'll just set that aside. Now, depending on how many people you're feeding, this is going to be for two of us. So we use about 3 pieces of pizza. So it's like a slice and a half of toppings per nest. I'm making a mess on the counter, but oh well. Creation cannot be stopped. And you can see all that great stuff. Now the crust is fabulous, but it's just loaded right now with fat and everything that cooked down in it. So it's like a sponge, and we can do away with some of that. That's not to say that there still isn't cheese and fat in these toppings, but because it's been pre-cooked or cooked once already, it's just different, and it comes out to be, makes our morning breakfast amazing. One more and we'll be rolling. Once again, this isn't really time consuming. Now, if you have a big family and the night before you ate all the pizza, well, you're not going to be able to use this recipe. But if you're thinking ahead, once again, You got to go to get the pizza anyway, and if you know you like this sort of thing for the next day, get an extra pizza and cook it, have it. Why not? It's a in the refrigerator, ready to go component that fits in with our new concept of cooking in a balanced, delicious way. Okay, now we have our ingredients. Now, unlike the stir fry, let's take it over here. The stir fry, we go double heat. We cook it really hot, super fast to get those vegetables hot and still crunchy. This, on the other hand, we want to go very low, medium heat. We'll put it on about 8 or so just to get it to warm up. As soon as it starts to get a little warm, I'm probably going to turn the pan off. We want this hot but not cooked. We don't want to fry it, burn the cheese and everything else. We just want it warmed up so it'll enhance our nest. Now I'm going to preheat the oven for cooking their eggs, again about medium heat. Let that pan warm up. Meanwhile, let's come over here. Now the pizza toppings that we have that we're working with, they do have a dash of chicken and sausage, pretty much for flavor. So we're going to add a little bit of chicken to our nest to add that 10 or 15 more grams of protein to what we're doing in addition to what's in there, plus the eggs. So because we're going to have a half a bagel, which is about 30 carbs, I'm going to put just enough nest here. This is about 1/3 of a cup to qualify it as a little nest. So we got about another 10 carbs here. And again, this is a pizza or a breakfast that you're not going to eat every single day. So this is one of those times where you just decide it's Sunday morning and you're going to have a little more extravagant meal, and you really haven't fallen that far out of the parameters of balanced fueling. Chop it up a little bit, make it easier to eat. There you go. Now we're going to go with about 1/3 of a cup of chicken for each one, because we're adding egg and pizza, so there's a little protein in there, keeping our protein at about 30 grams for this meal. There you go. Now that'll just be on the weight for a minute, and then once the toppings get hot, we'll put the eggs in and microwave the chicken and noodles for 30 seconds to warm them up, then we'll combine it and we'll be done. Meanwhile, the oven is now at 220 degrees. I'm going to turn it off and slide the bagels in and just let them kind of warm / toast while that's in there. So now the only waiting period is we're letting this pan warm up, and we're letting the pizza toppings start to warm up. Let's put that on high for a minute to speed things up. Again, you can start on high, but just keep an eye on it so when it starts to cook and bubble and sizzle a little bit, you can stir it and then turn it down, because this will cook down and become crusty, and you'll lose the benefit of this. It's already been cooked once, so we don't want to cook it to death to put it into another meal. And if you do this right, you cannot believe how amazing this is. It's just a combination of things you wouldn't think of, which is a egg with hot runny yolk dripping down through pizza toppings into chicken and noodles. Who comes up with that? That's kind of crazy, but once you taste it, woohoo, you're going to be on board, I'll tell you. All right, so now our toppings, you can probably hear them, are starting to sizzle a little bit. Now, again, the point here is heating it up, not frying it. So now that we know that that's going, I'm going to go from high way down to low. And in probably a couple minutes, I might even turn it off altogether. Our pan now has been warming up, so we're going to put our eggs in to fry those up. Try not to dribble all over the floor and counter like I just did. Those of you who haven't got the hang of frying eggs correctly, this will be fun for you. You can work on your skills. Over easy is the way to go, I'm telling you. We've already established that we're going to use egg as an accent. Yes, it does have protein, it does have some fat, so it has some element of nutritional balance that we're adding to our meal, but to go to an egg as our main source of protein is a mistake. As an accent, it's fabulous. It cooks things together, it gives it that rich flavor. Using it as a sauce is really recommended, because you'll see in a minute how that works out. Now, this is kind of sticking, which you know it would.
but it's also warming up and getting hot. And that's really all we want this to do. So what I'm going to do is leave it in the hot pan, turn it off while this is cooking. And this is probably 2 or 3 minutes away. So I'm going to take plate number 1 and I'm going to give it about 20 seconds just to take the cool edge out. We don't want to cook that chicken. 20 seconds, 20, 30 seconds. 30 seconds in a small amount like that would start to actually cook it. 20, not really. It knocks the chill out of it, and that's about it, because we're going to add hot topping, hot egg onto warm chicken and noodles, and then mix it up. It's going to be fabulous. All right, plate number 1 is ready to go. Plate number 2. I know you're all excited. The big finish is coming up. Okay, now the timing on this worked out really pretty well, and you can see how I didn't exactly time this, but I'm going to say took a break while this pan was heating up, but we probably have maybe 6, 7, 8 minutes on here so far, and we got another minute here maybe. So what I'm going to do is get our plates prepared. Once again, timing as you do this will get better for you, so you can really just flow along here. We're going to put our filling on top of the chicken and noodles. Wow, is that great. And because we heated it up again, like I said many times already in this video, it becomes an entity unto itself that wasn't there before. It's fabulous. All right, now we're going to flip the eggs, or attempt it. Having a clean spatula would be better, but we'll give it a go. It's a little premature for this, but we're doing it anyway. There we go. Uh-oh, one last one. Here we go. All right. Now the point of this is going to be put our eggs on top. When we break it up, the yolk's going to drip down in and make an incredible sauce for us. So egg number 1, egg number 2. Oh, we got a leaker there. There we go. Now, our bagels have been warming up in here, so now nice thing about this is they're really, really hot and firm, but they're certainly not overcooked. There goes on our plate. And there you go, 10 minutes. A couple of breakfasts that are extremely extravagant, delicious, and balanced. And it's done with... If you were to try to make this from scratch, it would be just ridiculous to use pizza sauce and saute the vegetables. I mean, who's going to put that much time into breakfast? That's crazy. It was already done. You had a fabulous dinner last night. It was balanced. You enjoyed it. Put it in the refrigerator. This morning, scrape off the toppings, do a few things, put it together, and you have a meal that you'd pay $30 for in a restaurant. So give that thing a try. I'll put the basic concept in the description to help you out a little bit, but this is pretty straightforward. Have some fun with it. This, of course, works with any pizza you like. Again, if you're eating pizza that's just cheese and sauce, you might want to rethink. So I would serve it like this, of course, to the table, but because I'm showing you and we're making a video, I will go through the process here and show you how this is. So now you have this all stacked up, but when we cut this now with the yolks dripping down in here and mixing it up, you end up with you can tell I'm pretty excited because this is actually my breakfast. My wife and I are going to eat these. But while this is a little messy, look at that. That's insane. These bagels are nice and warm. Believe me, this is worth doing. So, once again, give this a try. You owe it to yourself. Enjoy it. And the nest concept can be done with anything. You can put salmon on there. You can put vegetables. You can do all kinds of things. And you can do a vegetarian version. But then again, what are you doing if you're doing a vegetarian thing? You're eating all vegetables. That's not healthy, folks. I don't care what they tell you. You've got to have protein in there. So play with it, have fun with it, keep it balanced, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.